You are listening to the audio production of I Am, The Untold Story of Success by Klyn Elsbury. This book is read by the author. A bird sitting on a branch is never afraid of it breaking because her trust isn't in the branch, but her own wings. Author unknown. I dedicate this book to all of you. Trust your own wings and soar to new places. A special dedication to my editor, Rick, for the tireless devotion to this mission, to Katie for holding my hand and helping make dreams reality, to the Cystic Fibrosis community for teaching me what true strength and fortitude is, to all of the sharks featured for their open and honest inquiry into the depths of their souls, to my mother and father, Anne and Burdett Elsbury, for giving me a loving home and a supportive environment, and to the love of my life, who reminds me every day that life isn't always about how many breaths we take, but about living for the moments that take our breath away. Forward by Larry Lynn, former NFL wide receiver, author, and CEO of Insight Performance Group. A troubled child is keeping you up at night. Your job is frustrating and your clients are being unreasonable. Your boss is threatening you and now you're worried you may not be employed in the near future. Your spouse tells you they are leaving you. You're exhausted from the complexity of life and don't know if things will ever change. The list goes on. Isn't it amazing how life can throw so many things at us? Sometimes those things seem insurmountable. If we are fortunate, they eventually pass or become diluted issues in our life and we're okay again. But then, just as we begin to move on, another thing comes up that forces us to come back down again. You might think to yourself, why does everyone else seem so together, so in charge of their life, so in control? How are they getting the good luck and the good breaks? My experience tells me that they're not so lucky. Most people have adversity in their lives, for the majority of their lives. Unfortunately, many people succumb to their adversities, which causes them to stop progressing and stop reaching for the exciting high-level dreams. Their challenges cause them to quit, to give up, to accept lesser outcomes, or even give up completely. When Klyn Elsbury first called me and asked if she could interview me, I didn't know why. She quickly described her intentions of interviewing successful business people and athletes to find out what made each person so successful. Of course, I was flattered and immediately let my ego think of all the big things I could brag about. I was a highly accomplished professional athlete, successful CEO, award-winning author, and have made a very good income. On top of that, I have an amazing marriage and have raised beautiful kids. But my mind quickly shot to the problems I've experienced in my life as well, including the difficulties I've had with my kids, marriage, work, and all the times I've failed. Why was I so worthy? So many others have much greater stories. My mind became very scattered as I spoke with her, and as we continued to converse, I started to realize that success is very difficult to define. It means something different to every person. I finally came to my own conclusion that success is our ability to avoid and overcome adversity. It's not about a certain dollar amount, a specific award or prize, or a cool job title. Success is doing what most aren't willing to do. It is to overcome adversity and move on to the next challenge. The ladder of success is a constant challenge of taking on each oncoming hurdle and punching it in the mouth. As terrible as this may sound, it has rewards and satisfaction that's much greater than dropping back into the lower steps of the ladder and accepting defeat. When people give in to difficulty and challenge, they drop to a pool of depression and dissatisfaction in their lives. These realizations were enforced to me as I continued to collaborate with Klyn. She took the certainty of the end of her life and emerged as a dominant victor. She has incredible stories of overcoming both the pain and sicknesses she was battling, along with the overwhelming financial cost of her illness. As I spoke with Klyn, I went online to learn a little bit more about her and what she's gone through. She was a fitness trainer? What? How could this be? She'd been on multiple national media interviews. What? How did a sick girl who was in the hospital more than anyone I've ever known become so healthy, famous, and successful? Everything came into perspective as I continued to hear her story and hear about how she has never accepted failure or let it be the end of her story. She never let no stop her from anything that mattered or in her potential to meet her goals. I granted her the interview. I told her the reasons why I was successful as an athlete, business executive, father, husband, and a few other things. The strategies, beliefs, discipline, and passion that allowed me to be so lucky to have a few things to brag about flowed off my tongue. Klyn was so genuinely interested and excited about every item I shared. She told me how so many people she had interviewed said very similar or even the exact same things I had shared. She was finding some magic keys to why some people are successful and why others may not have such good luck. She asked great questions and extracted things I was proud to share. The entire
Sample complete. Ready to continue?